Morning, everyone. Oh, did you?
Oh, wait, oh, yeah.
Top button up there. There you go. Ms. Fuller has some technical difficulties.
No,
She's
I
working on it,
don't.
but as I said, good morning. I'd like to call this meeting of the El Paso County Planning Commission to order. I'm Tom Bailey, currently the chair of the Planning Commission, and welcome to everyone who is here and perhaps even listening and watching online. My first order of business, as always, is to appoint the voting members for today. And we have a few empty seats today, but we have enough of a quorum, but I will go through and call the roll or announce the voting members. First of all, we have Ms. Jack, we have Mr. Byers, we have Ms. Fuller, we have Mr. Moraes, we have Mr. Shipples, we have Mr. Trowbridge, Mr. Whitney, and the chair is also here and voting. So we will have 8 voting members today, I believe, if my math doesn't fail me. Yes, 8 voting members. No ties. We'll do our best to make sure that doesn't happen. And the next thing is report items from the planning department. Ms. Harrington, Mr. Kilgore, do either of you have anything for us today?
I have nothing this morning, sir. Thank you.
Nothing today, sir.
Okay. Moving right along then, we always make time for public comment on items that are not on today's agenda. Is there anyone in the audience who is here to speak on something that's not on today's agenda? I don't see anyone. So we will move on to the next item. We have consent items today. First of all, adoption of the minutes from our last hearing on March 6th. We've all had a chance to read those. Any corrections or additions or questions on the minutes from our last meeting? Seeing no comment, we will deem those approved as presented. And we'll move on to agenda item 3B, which is file number P252. This is a map amendment rezone for Ben Lomond Mountain Village. Is there anyone here in the audience other than the applicant who's interested in that item? Yes, okay. And just for the record, we did receive a letter. I think everybody has had a chance to read that. It got sent around. My brief comment on the letter is the issues it addressed really weren't for a rezone for later on in a final plat stage, but just we've had a chance to read those. They'll be part of the record. And so we do have some people here for that item. Let me just ask, are you here in favor or against? Just an up or a down? Okay. Our hearing doesn't really allow for back and forth with public questions or issues like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll ask my colleagues up here, did anyone have any questions or issues with that item that we needed to discuss?
I didn't, Mr. Chair, but if there's somebody here, maybe we should pull it and have an abbreviated hearing.
We should listen to that.
Let me spur some questions.
Yeah, okay. Just got to read the room here a little bit. So we'll do that. We'll come back to that one then and call that up as a called up consent item here in a minute. So we'll move on to agenda item 3C, file SF247. This is the final plat for New Breed Ranch, filing number 3. Anyone in the audience other than the applicant here for that item? No? Any questions for staff or the applicant from my colleagues up here? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion on file number SF247.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Trowbridge.
as regards agenda item 3C, file number SF247, the final plat for New Breed Ranch, filing number 3, I move that we recommend approval in accordance with the attached resolution with 7 conditions, 4 notations, and a finding of sufficiency with regard to water quality, quantity, and dependability, and that this item be forwarded to the Board of County Commissioners for their consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Trowbridge.
Second.
Second from Ms. Fuller. Thank you. Any other discussion on that item? I will call the roll. I'll go alphabetically down my list here. First, Ms. Jack.
Aye.
Mr. Byers.
Aye.
Ms. Fuller.
Aye.
Mr. Moraes.
Aye.
Mr. Chipples.
Aye.
Mr. Trowbridge.
Aye.
Mr. Whitney.
Aye.
And the chair also votes aye. We'll recommend that to the Board of County Commissioners for their approval. And now we're back to agenda item 3B, file P252, the map amendment rezone for Ben Lomond Mountain Village. I see that the applicant and the member of the public are discussing this. I saw a thumbs up. I don't know if that means we're good, no issues. And now I wonder if our curiosity is piqued, if do we leave there or we'll move on. I think we'll move on. So is there anyone here that wants to speak on that item or have any more questions? Don't see that. Any questions from my colleagues? If not, I'll entertain a motion on file P252.
Mr. Chair?
Ms. Fuller.
Mr. Chair, with regards to agenda item 3B, file P252 for a map amendment rezoning of Ben Lomond Mountain Village, a rezone RR 2.5, I move for approval in accordance with the attached resolution with 2 conditions and 2 notations, and that this item be forwarded to the Board of County Commissioners for their consideration.
Thank you, Ms. Fuller. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Second. Somebody somewhere, Mr. Shipples, got it? I was looking that way, so you get the credit. And any other discussion?
Mr. Chair, I just have one comment.
Mr. Moraes?
I appreciate the letter that came in from the one member of the public. However, that, like Mr. Bailey said, doesn't pertain to the rezoning itself. It's more appropriate going into the preliminary plan, which reviews the feasibility and design characteristics of the development. So I'd ask the staff to maybe, if they can, carry that letter over to the file that'll be a part of that preliminary plan. And so those things get looked at, and addressed, and they will be addressed. But at this point, when we're looking at feasibility, it's more for the preliminary plan and not for the rezoning.
Agree. Thank you. Thank you. And so now we will call the roll and have a vote. Ms. Jack?
Aye.
Mr. Byers?
Aye.
Mr. Moraes?
Aye.
Mr. Shipples?
Aye.
Mr. Trowbridge?
Aye.
Mr. Whitney?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye.
You skipped me.
Again, I'm sorry, Ms. Fuller, I did skip you. I saw that you made the motion, so I made the gross assumption that you were in favor of that.
My feelings are hurt.
Let me go back. Should I ask everybody else again, or do you want to
You
add your
could just
vote
make
to
me
that?
special again.
Ms. Fuller, would you like to vote on this item?
Yes, aye.
Okay, thank you. And so as I predicted, a unanimous vote here. And again, staff, Ms. Miriam over there will make sure that this all looks very professional and appropriately handled.
He's not going to add that you forgot.
And I believe that with nothing else from staff, I will bang the gavel and say that we're adjourned, and in 9 minutes. Well, 9 minutes. I think it's 9 minutes.
Outstanding.
It could be a record. Could be a record. Thank you all for your participation and your contribution to this record.